Not alone, but I always feel it. I hide myself 'cause I'm scared of feeling what I'm really thinking. I feel defeated. I start to feel like I wanna be here, to see the scars when I look in the mirror, even though I'm waiting for a moment.
Cormac Thompson, whom I discovered as a boy soprano, a British chorister, when he was 13 years old, fell in love with the voice, the musicality, the heart of the person. And now I've been following him a little bit over the last few years as his voice is growing. Yes! I love him so much. Full voice, again connected, but much more breath flowing.
Don't want a mic stand just hanging around.
I keep me where the light is.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Johan Bester here from Johannesburg in South Africa. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, I'm so glad you clicked. Please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps the channel out. I'd appreciate that. So yeah, like I said, Cormac Thompson, I've had a fascination with boy soprano voices for the biggest part of my life because there's just something so ethereal. I don't want to throw around the word, but almost angelic, heavenly, honestly, about the sound of an incredible, a gifted boy soprano, which is what Cormac was. Same as Luca Brignoli, whom I've also done a bunch of analysis videos on. Please check those out on the channel as well. And then I've always been fascinated as a man who was a boy and also had an unchanged or treble voice and then went through adolescence and then ended up with what I have now. I've always been fascinated with how good singers, like Cormac, how they negotiate the change. Please note, I'm not saying break. Boys' voices do not break. They grow really rapidly. And so I'm always interested to see how good singers in a good environment, like surrounded by people who understand the human voice, who understand the changing voice of a teenage boy, how they negotiate it, what they do next as their voice grows and they get this added lower range that they didn't have before, how they keep the muscles supple, how they choose the right repertoire to sing it in the right keys, etc. So that's why I'm doing this analysis today of Cormac's song, Defenceless. He's been trying for the last 2 years to go more in a pop style, a contemporary style of music, but still honoring his voice, honoring his own musicality. And I think he's been very successful at doing that. So still finding his voice, right? And by the way, I'm 55 and I'm still finding my voice. So that's not a criticism. But finding his new voice, his adult voice, soon to be, I mean, when you look at him now, especially if you've known him as a little boy, his legs are way taller and he probably is close to being done with growing, which means the vocal folds also stop growing. So then the voice settles and becomes what it will be as an adult voice. So anyway, I think I should have done more research. I didn't, but I think Cormac definitely had a hand in writing this song, if he didn't write the whole thing by himself. As far as I know, he's always been supported by Dominic Ferris, a beautiful pianist, a musician, arranger, composer. So maybe it was a co-write. But I think this song is really talking about his life now, and he's now 17, turned 17 in March. It's about a year older than Luca. So also interesting to see the parallel as they both get older. But yeah, he's 17. He released a song in January, so just before he turned 17. So interesting to listen to what he has to say, what's in his heart, how he feels about where he's at in his life. He's always been so honest and open about his journey as a young singer and as somebody who's building, a following, etc. And I just love seeing that journey. So E major, which I think from the outset will be a good key, because then it probably sits between that E4 and the E3, which is a great sort of middle range for a voice like his, which is sort of kind of sounds like it's becoming a baritone-y kind of voice, right? Anyway, let's keep listening. I love it so far.
Now I'm caught in the storm tonight. Can I be alright? Just a second, just a moment, just a day. It's not a lie when I'm turning fire to ice, 'cause I'm defenseless. I'm just a wreck, yeah, waiting to rise. It's on my mind every second, every moment of every day. I'm on the line, but I'm always terrified, 'cause I'm defenseless. I'm just a wreck, yeah, lost in the tide.
Before the next verse. So that's the chorus. Like I said, between that E and that E. Beautiful range for his voice to come across, very natural, to show off the beauty and the color of his voice. But notice that the way he sings, the way he shapes his vowels, really, is more like a pop style. Like in the first verse, he said words like falling. He would pronounce fallen. So it's a vernacular, a more speaking way of pronouncing the words, which is, again, in line with a pop style, which is the way the song was written and it's produced. I hear some beautiful backing vocals, which sounds like female backing vocals. It's also interesting, I'm also in a partnership with a producer. We produce a lot of young singers' music as well, and amateur and professional adult singers as well. But it's interesting, every song doesn't need backing vocals. And some songs, if the lead is a male, like in this case, some songs need male backing vocals. Some songs need female backing vocals. Some songs need both. Some songs need a choir effect. So I often record backing vocals, one of the things that I do for artists, and it'll obviously be then a male backing vocal thing, but I'll record 3 or 4 different melodic lines, and I'll record it 3 times each, and then it sounds almost like a male chorus, But it's very specific, and it's a journey, for an artist as well as a producer to work out what is the best kind of backing vocals, if it's needed at all, for every track. So let's keep going. Verse 2.
Feels to me that I always say this.
Say this. Poppy.
Stay or go, should I really be here? Am I faking or just mistaken? When I'm caught in the storm tonight.
Night. Did you hear that? Very poppy. Night. I can't fabricate it right now, but he did that really beautifully. Like a little lick, like a little crack, not a crack. But what happens is the vocal folds separate for a fraction of a second, and then you get that little sort of a cry effect in the voice. Really beautiful.
Can I be alright? Just a second, just a moment, just a day. It's not a lie when I'm turning fire to ice, 'cause I'm defenseless. I'm just a wreck, yeah, waiting to rise. It's on my mind every second, every moment of every day. I'm on the line, but I'm always terrified, 'cause I'm defenseless. I'm just a wreck, yeah, lost in the tide, and I wanna fight, but I'm caught in the storm tonight.
Night. Similar thing there. Less flippy, more just like a break. Night. But anyway, the point of me talking about those kinds of things is to say it is a pop style that he's singing in, which is appropriate because the song was written in a pop style. The melodies are like pop melodies. Very simple song. Right? Very predictable chord progression, so predictable structure in the song. But yeah, that's what he's going for. That's the path he sort of seems to try to carve open for himself. I like it. I like it a lot.
Can I be alright? Just a second, just a moment, just a day. It's not a lie when I'm turning fire to ice, 'cause I'm defenseless. I'm just a wreck, yeah, waiting to rise.
Waiting to rise. Yeah. No, I think it's very cool. I think the way Cormac and his team are doing things is beautiful. It's organic, growing his audience organically. And it seems like Dominic Ferris that I mentioned earlier is really instrumental in both Luca Brignoli and Cormac Thompson's young careers. And I love that. It's similar to what I do. A lot of young singers come to me because I've been working in music education also for most of my life. Lots of young people are familiar with me. I work with them in their schools, in productions or in their choirs and stuff. And they come to me and they say, Mr. Best, I have a song. Can you help me? And then, we try to guide them in a very natural way, in a way that is going to help ensure longevity also. Sometimes young singers come in here, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, and they say, quick, give me a few lessons because I want to win this competition that last year I came second or third in. And I'm like, no, I don't give you a few quick lessons just so you can win a competition. I'm actually interested in you as a person. I'm actually interested in your heart. And I'm very interested in these muscles working well, serving you well for a very long period of time. But anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Cormac's song. You probably clicked because you are a fan of Cormac. Maybe you're new to Cormac and you can check him out. Please do. Follow him on his socials and check out all the beautiful things that he's recorded already in his very, very young career. And leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about it. And I want to thank you for spending the time with me. I really do appreciate it. And I want you also to remember that your voice matters.